A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. We have seen a super start to Super Sunday when you look at the T20 World Cup 2024. But before I come to what has happened on in Anaswale, I'll tell you what happened in the game between India and Bangladesh. Now, yet again, India were rescued by the middle order with Shivam Dube striking a bit of form with 34 of 24 and Hardik Pandya chipping in with a brilliant 50. Now, Hardik Pandya's contributions have been really praised by Rohit Sharma in the post match presentation that happened. Now, Rohit Sharma stated that Hardik's knock was really important and we knew what he could do. These kind of knocks that Hardik Pandya plays is really the X factor in the Indian cricket team at this point in time. So it is a really big situation that we have developed at this point. So Hardik Pandya's knock was crucial, and Hardik Pandya fittingly won the Man of the Match award when he got it because he hit a 50, got a wicket, and he said that it was a freak injury in 2023. The incident that really sparked a lot of outrage was the injury that happened in 2023. That injury motivated him to come back stronger despite all the setbacks that happened off the field with regard to the IPL debacle. I think the fans now owe him an apology. Now, Hardik Pandya in that presentation ceremony stated that I had spoken with Rahul sir, Rahul Dravid sir, and he mentioned that yes, good things come to people who work really hard in cricket. And now Hardik Pandya is reaping the benefits of this. So it is truly a remarkable exhibition from Hardik Pandya and the way how he has managed to do in the T20 World Cup so far. Each and every game when you see there has been an impactful knock from Hardik. So congratulations to him on winning the Man of the Match award. And now India have a golden chance to ensure that they create something very special and kind of redeem what happened in November 2023. The situation now in the T20 World Cup is very, very complicated until the last day of the Super 8s. You will not know which team has qualified for the semifinals, all the four teams, because Afghanistan's victory at Anas Vale has really opened Group 1 up. And because of that, Australia, India, Afghanistan, anybody of them, they can still end up on 4 points and ensure that that net run rate plays a vital part. Now, what are the permutations and combinations? I'll be doing a separate video on that on Sports Today, so do check that out. The permutation combination, if Australia beats India, even by 1 run, even if that happens, then Afghanistan will have to win by a margin of 36 runs. If Afghanistan win by a margin of 36 or more runs, then Australia are eliminated. Bangladesh too are in with a chance, because if India beats Australia and Bangladesh beat Afghanistan by a big margin and India beats Australia by a big margin, then Bangladesh will also make it to the semi-final. They are even there mathematically, but they need 2-3 things going their way. So that is why Bangladesh are mathematically in it, but technically, if you look at it, it is India, Australia, Afghanistan. India, if they beat Australia and Saint Lucia, two things will happen. One, kind of a mini revenge will be taken for the 2023 ODI World Cup, although that will only happen if India beats Australia in the final of an ICC event. So it is a really good thing that this has happened now, that India has got the advantage. If they beat Australia, then the T20 World Cup is theirs for the taking. It's another golden opportunity that is presented in front of them. So it is very important at this point in time that India beats Australia, because if that happens, it is going to be a great thing. One of the major contenders are out of the T20 World Cup then. India beats Australia, Afghanistan beats Bangladesh, or Bangladesh beat Afghanistan, net run rate will then come into the fray. India are anyway guaranteed to play in Guyana. But who will be the opponent? You will come to know about it today, because England versus USA. Now that is there in the night. 8 o'clock game, England are taking on USA. If England win by a margin of 10 runs, or if they win with 1 over to spare versus the USA, If South Africa lose to the West Indies, South Africa are eliminated. West Indies, if they win and by England win with more than an over or by 10 runs versus USA, then it'll be West Indies versus USA. So West Indies and England. South Africa, 2007, 2021 can still be repeated for them. So today, South Africa have to win versus the West Indies. England have to beat USA. USA can still make it if they win by 80 runs versus England, and South Africa beat West Indies by 67 runs. Mathematically, they are still in contention for it. So if England beat USA by a big margin, and then South Africa beat West Indies, then South Africa will take on the winner, maybe Afghanistan or Australia, and then England. It may probably be Australia, Afghanistan taking on South Africa, India versus England in Guyana. That is the situation that we have at this point in time. So it is a really, really big development that has happened. No team is yet qualified for the semi-final at this point in time. Now, at this, when we look at other sporting events, Euro 2024 has seen Portugal go into the next round. Belgium have gotten their campaign back on track with a win versus Romania. And that is why the Euros is also heating up in the round of 16 at this point in time. And if you look at what has happened in Copa America has seen Venezuela beat Ecuador. And all the other games have turned out to be target draw so far. Argentina made a good start. So that's why Copa America at this point in time is also progressing on very well. In the WTT feeder event, the contender event in Lagos, Shrija Akula has reached the final. And you have also seen the likes of Manav Thakkar and Harmeet Desai also make it to the final. India are dominating table tennis in a WTT contender event in Lagos. So it is a big, big feat indeed that India is achieving in the world of table tennis at this point. So I'll take some comments now from the T20 World Cup. Day games have seen more upsets than night in last two World Cups. Yes, it has been. I mean, the day games, if you look at it, the night games have the major marquee games are happening in the night at this point. What will you say on Marsh comments post-match? Can we say it like Cummins type or overconfidence? See, Australia backed themselves, but then he was also very realistic and he also mentioned that they got 20 runs over. And credit to Afghanistan that they outplayed us. So you have to give some credit to Marsh. He was very realistic about it. He said that, yes, we were outplayed. The better team won. So I don't think there is overconfidence and all of that. So freaking awesome thing. I praise Afghanistan's batting more than their bowling in St. Vincent. They knew anything over 150 is tough to chase there and they batted with the plan and patience. Kudos to them. Freaking awesome? I don't think so. See, 148, it was that 50-50 grey zone. It needed something spectacular and the pitch also became worse to bat on in the second innings. And you saw Arnesvale. No one's ever chased down a target successfully in Arnesvale. So that is why it is a big, big thing that's happened there. So with that thing, what's your prediction on India versus a sportsman? Well, people always accuse me that I keep on blowing Australia's trumpet. But I really don't care about all that. Okay, but my prediction, honestly, looking at the skill thing, is that Australia are low on confidence because one loss it happens. They sometimes tend to lose momentum at the wrong time. So I think India have the edge. I think India will knock Australia out. That is my prediction in St. Lucia. India will knock out Australia tomorrow at St. Lucia. And India's chances now have taken a massive, massive spike because of this. So that's why they just have to play one more good game and hold their nerve in the final. Because looking at it, Guyana, it seems to be all but likely that India are one of the favorites now with Australia on the brink. So that's why India will win versus Australia. Why are Indians overconfident? Indians were dancing in England and knocked out in the ODI World Cup. India haven't faced a good team in the T20 World Cup yet. Yes, Anubhav, I do understand that. Yes, the reactions that were there. India have not yet faced a very good opponent yet. And in the semi-final and the final, you need to hold your own. That is the thing India have never done in this past 1 decade. So let's hope it happens. Sports fans said India was Australian St. Lucia where 200 plus games are taking place. India doesn't have good record in high scoring venues like Adelaide last World Cup. I think the luck of the draw will change. This World Cup, the luck of the draw will change. If India makes 190, they have the bowling to ensure that they can defend it. If Australia make 190, they have the firepower to chase it down. So I think India hold the edge. And in T20 World Cups, India does have a good record against Australia. Australia citizen Australia come all guns blazing against India. Well, I hope they do. I hope it's a good game. Is she in Olympics or only Monica Batra? Sarak Chandra is saying, I think she is there. She is there in the Olympics. The quota is done. And by the way, regarding one event of the Olympics, some teams to bring AC units to Paris. I mean, when you're looking at climate sustainability at that time, some teams like US, Great Britain, Australia are all bringing their own ACs. What Paris Olympics officials are doing is they're trying to get in cooling through some pipes through the floor. But is that going to help? That remains to be seen now. But as far as sustainability is concerned, environment is concerned, I don't think it's happening at this point. Deepu, hello sir. Do you think absence of Stark makes this loss for Aussies? How good Afghanistan openers batted beautifully. See, it could have very well gone alright. Everybody is missing this point about the strike rate. Here, when you look at it, the strike rate in Anus Whale was 144. Many people were asking me to compare it with, why do you not talk about strike rate? My simple explanation to that is condition specific. Anus Whale was difficult. Then compared to St. Kitts, if you compare it with Antigua or if you compare it with Barbados. Many of our stars struggled. If you look at Vivian Richards in Antigua, the intent was shown, so you're sacrificing runs. No problem with that. So good that India has day games as they can play with fresh mind and won't spend the whole day thinking about previous failures, which could have upset their mindset. She citizen? No, I don't think so. I mean, that is, I think only one team having a uniform thing, having only day games and knowing very well where they're going to play just under the garb of logistics. I think that is grossly unfair. But then if you're an Indian fan, why would you complain? You want the red carpet been thrown, why would you reject the red carpet? So that's why, fine. Australia have played day games, Australia played night games also. What do you do about it? I think uniformity in a T20 World Cup or any ICC event should not be there. Honestly, it shouldn't be there. Make it a level playing field. Just because one team plays day games, one team knows where the venues are. Sorry, it doesn't cut muster with me. So, Anshu Mishra, sir, Australia has done biggest blunder on pitch where batting is tough and your 140 is not chaseable. How they chose to bowl, India will now have to beat also avoid them in knockouts. I think, see, it was a mistake. It was a misjudgment. Let's not be very thing on that. Australia made a misjudgment. No one's chased an Anus Whale. That's why did they choose to field first? I don't know. Can we expect a medal in table tennis in Olympics? It's going to be one hell of a month next month in Olympics. I am predicting 5-6 medals. And table tennis, difficult, very difficult. So I think it's going to be there. What about logistical issues? It's created, Rahul Basu. Logistical issues in the West Indies, it's a nightmare, but it is created. I think India previous template more suited in West Indies. India making mistake playing aggressive. So far, it's working for them. That's the situation. So that is about it, folks. We will be back for more updates on sports today. Expect this permutation and combination. What is the scenario in Group 1 from me? It will be up very shortly. Thank you so much, folks. And subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, England versus USA, crucial game. West Indies versus South Africa, the ultimate battle for Group 2. Who wins that gets eliminated depending upon the margins. Bye-bye.